Hello, this is Gary the Coconut bringing you another episode of Best of Bronze. This is a game between LeoSquall and BreakerFist, our blue Zerg player, and they are cross positions on Metalopolis. Very good map, very old, just, standing the test of time. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of it, but everyone else seems to be. Anyway. So LeoSquall, I don't know if that's a name or a sound a bird makes, and BreakerFist, way to throw down the manor, man. Just telling him he's awesome for no reason. And if you really want to make somebody mad when they are BMing you, go ahead and be so polite it's sickening, and it will work. And what? Oh, wow. Oh, scouting. That's what we're doing. I don't know if you ever noticed this, but the rally points are little arrows that move. So much detail in this game. Gotta love it. Alright, so. He is getting his barracks. Oh, I'm always late at getting that prediction tab up. You guys are probably going to get mad at me. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yes. We're going to kind of continue on last week's theme. I don't know if you saw last week's game. If you haven't, you should see it because it was one of a kind. That is for sure. And so last week was kind of a bad way to do a strategy. I don't want to ruin it for you. But this week we're going to improve on it. Yes, you didn't think it could. Some strategies don't need improving, but last week's needs a little improving. Doing some good scouting with those overlords. It's always you always want to keep an eye on these SCVs that are scouting. See if they bunker you out. Try to get a contain in. Can be a little frustrating, but it is too late for that already. Is getting that orbital command. Very good. A little frustrated because there is some construction work going on here. So if there's hammering in the background, then don't get mad at me. It is the my apartment that I'm in has some work going on. The hot water line completely fused shut with calcium buildup. I'm in a very old apartment building, and so now they decided instead of putting the new water pipe in the walls, it goes through my apartment exposed, and it's a giant plastic red tube. And by giant, I mean, as wide as your finger, but that it is what it is. So, anyway, enough about that. So that's just to explain the hammering. And I don't know if it's in code to have an exposed water pipe. But, yes, anyway. BreakerFist, throwing down some spine crawlers? What? Is that a surprise? No, I guess I already ruined that. So there are spine crawlers with their little bugs swirling around in there. And I did want to point this out. Interesting supply depot arrangement. He is going for several barracks here, and this will get scouted. But is he going to Tech Lab? Of course, those are from Marauders. And the Overlord, did he see all of that? He did see all of it. So I did think that was a good use of time with the Overlord. If it could be a minute later, it would be even better, I think. Because then it would have had time to see any starports or any, siege tanks or something like that. Usually around the 6-minute mark is when you want to go. This is a Gold League game. I don't know if I already mentioned that. Let me get rid of this name thing there. Alright, so interesting supply depot arrangement here. It does seem like that's probably the first place you wanted to go. Anyway, in the smoke here, good place for Nidus worms and drops and that kind of shenanigans. Interesting spine crawlers. There's no aggression, so normally I would say don't do this. But as we can see from his units, he has none. So I guess if you don't have units, it's better to go with spine crawlers. And he is getting a lot of gas. What's he gonna do with it? I don't know. You know, I kind of feel bad as I was watching this replay. I'm like, because I play Zerg, of course. And I'm like, well, you know what? I guess Overlords are pretty awesome. That's what I was thinking. I was like, you know, I wonder what Terrans would do if they had a single upgrade that turned every supply depot into a transport vehicle. Yeah, Zerg has that. It's pretty awesome. And imagine if you're a Protoss player, if every pylon with a single upgrade became a warp prism. And you could just fly them wherever you wanted. Yep, Zerg is awesome. Not that I guess I am biased. Alright, so this attack is moving out, and he has no units at all. What's he going to do? He's just been droning up and getting spine crawlers, and he is even keeping his minerals down. His spine crawlers enough to hold off this little army. It's kind of a good angle for our Terran player as he just takes them all a few at a time, not all at the same time. So I'd say this is good. He does manage to take down 2. Let's look at that loss tab. And the Terran player is losing a lot. Going for that queen, probably not a good thing to do. So if you are a Terran or Protoss player in this situation, or any race for that matter, this is what my lesson is for you today. If there is static defense, don't run into it. Just don't run into it, okay? Because it doesn't move. I mean, spine crawlers move a little bit, but not when they're attacking. And look at that unit's loss tab. It wasn't... I mean, I would have thought at the beginning of that battle that, yeah, that was a big enough army to take down those spine crawlers, but it wasn't. They all died. He is moving. I like this, putting the weaker ones in the back, stronger ones in the forward position. Very clever. But they don't move. You don't have to attack them. Go around up here, and bam, you just sneak in right here. You kill everything. You just kill it. You don't need to attack static defense. And if you do need to attack it, let's say it's a contain, it's a choke or something, robs guns, go to there, get your guns. You get a siege tank, and you don't need to lose a single mineral. That is what I'm saying with cannons. Anything, just don't do it. That's it always boggles my mind how people just run into static defense and try to take it out. When I mean, I don't attack spine crawlers or cannons. Very rarely. If I have a huge army, I do. But I wait for those broodlords. I wait for those units that can attack, or I find different ways around. I get nidus, I get drop, and I just avoid all of it because that's so much money invested in there that is immobile. See, right now he has 600 minerals. So if you have 600 minerals worth of marines, you have 12 marines, and you get a medevac on top of that. You drop them in, you kill everything, and he has no units to defend with, except for these 2 Zerglings. And they did manage to secure a tower, but they are not going to like what they see. Does he? Can he see that? Let's look. He can see that base. Very nice. Okay. So he does know what's going on. This is kind of an unusual situation in that the red player has this watchtower and the Zerg player has this watchtower. I would think it would be reversed. Now I have a much bigger army. We have 6 spine crawlers and still very small army from our Zerg player, and all he has are Zerglings. Oh, come on. Was that really needed? Now, we don't agree with that. You don't want to engage without the help of this huge investment worth of supply, but instead, he's running past it. He's going to let his spine crawlers take care of his whole base. We'll see if, you know, this army's a lot bigger than the last one. I don't think it's going to do as well. And these aren't placed as nicely. They're just attacking 1, 2 at a time. Now that's better when you have all of them attacking at the same time, but it's obviously going to go down. This army is, but at the same time, once he got going over here, he'd kill a lot of SCVs, and that did delay. He needs to go ahead and come back here and attack. So how is this going to go? He did sneak an expansion down here, but it's not going to help him, obviously. Now this is nice. I agree with this. This would be better if there were more marauders in there. Then this would be going a lot better. But because there's so many marines, the marines just eat up those Zerglings and drones. And, ooh. Yeah, that did not go well. There were too many marines in there if there were more marauders in there. But now he has these mutas, only 5. It's more than enough to take down 5 marines and even reinforce it with 3 more mutas. That is going to do just fine, but not before the hatch goes So, Spinecrawler play helped, but he did lose an expansion. Let's look at that loss tab. And our Zerg player is now dying here. That did not go well for him at all, and now all he has is a bunch of mutas, which are easily countered by Marines and missile turrets. Sniping that mule would be beneficial. Ooh, that was very nice. I don't think he lost any mutas, but they were softened up quite a bit. If he has those extra queens... Nope, he doesn't have extra queens. I thought he did. They died in that last battle. So now it's 2 base against 2 base and a high yield. And the high yield doesn't actually... Now with that new patch, it doesn't actually help a player that much. If you think about it, you have 6 mineral patches compared to 8 mineral patches. And the mules don't get additional minerals anymore. So for Terran players... You know, it's not that different than a normal base. And it is harder to defend, but whatever, man. He could pick off a few supply depots. That would be good. It doesn't look like he's going to. And now this army is moving out. Has our BreakerFist massed up an army yet? He has 17 mutas, but... Well, I guess 17 mutas are good against 18 Marines. Unless they stem, then just watch out, get out of there. I think now he doesn't have that Spinecrawler support. What's he going to do? I don't know. This does not look like it's going to go well, and those mutas are able to clean those Marines very nicely. So, but if he can't snipe this expansion, that would be good. Our Zerg player might just want to think about getting a different expansion, because this one's getting attacked too much. But now our Terran player is losing a lot. It is caught up now. So right now we're at about an even game, not even anymore, because our Zerg player is way ahead on the army tab. Let's get that up. Ooh. Getting close to... Oh, not anymore. I was going to say getting close to doubling the army size, but Terran players are pretty good at remaxing their army if they have reactors, which he does. Yeah, you might want to think about getting a starport. If he had a Banshee at the beginning of the match and killed all the Spinecrawlers, and his army would have gone in, it would have ended how many? Oh, 4 kills, 5 kills. That did not go well for the Zerg player, and he didn't even finish it off. But it might burn to death. We'll keep that selected. Holy banglings. I'm gonna admit I probably haven't built a bangling in maybe 8 months. Isn't that terrible? Just let's not talk about it. And he did, oh, that missile turret did get repaired, but not fully. Oh well. Alright, so what's your verdict here? Our Zerg player is much ahead, but Terrans are known for being able to bunker down. And look at this building placement. It's going to be hard to snipe supply depots. I don't know. If you're a Terran player, please enlighten me. Is it a good idea to spread out your supply depots like this, or is it a bad idea? I mean, you don't need to scout in the middle of your base, so let me know what you think. Alright, and this gold patch is getting pretty fortified, but again, I don't know if it's worth it. I just don't know, man. Getting that expansion down here, and that is not a bad idea. So our Terran player is catching up in the supply count. Nope. Of course, as soon as I say something, it changes. This is what you want to avoid. This is what you want to avoid. Oh, it just breaks my heart. He needs to send those down here or down to this base, build some expansions. Look how much minerals he has. He needs to be double expanding, building more of those spine crawlers, getting stuff done. But right now he's not doing it. He's just mining off of a base now. But then again, so is our Terran player, so it's a pretty similar situation here. And this big army is moving out, and is it going to do a lot of good? He's definitely going to be able to pick off some of the reinforcements to this little army. This is not looking good for our LeoSquall. I was going to say seagull, like a bird. And those banglings, oh, there's so many! At the same time, it looks like our Terran player is going to go for the counterattack. And this is good. Does he have any defense? He is... Oh, yes. See, that is when you want to build spine crawlers. So when you see an army moving out against you, that would be the time to do it. And he has so many minerals it doesn't even hurt him at all. And it looks like, are they going to finish in time, or is he going to be able to... Oh, he is focusing down the overlords. But if he came up here instead... Oh, he just doesn't... Even that medevac sees that. But he's going for those overlords instead, and that is not going to help him at all. In the meantime, his whole base is going down. He needs to fly those buildings, but it is... Ooh. Ooh. So let's see, these spy crawlers are going to be able to take care of this, it looks like. Even transfusing the spy crawlers, beautiful. Yeah, it's not looking good. Again, you just don't even need to... and LeoSquall throws down the GG. You just don't even need to attack this. Just sneak in, go around, and then kill this one off, and kill everything. You don't need to run into static defense. It doesn't move. Alright, well, let's look at that APM tab. I need to start showing that more. Ooh, that's pretty good for Gold League. Alright, this is Gary the Coconut, and that's it.